The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.
Welcome to the show. A lot of stuff to get to today. We've got the John Edwards felony indictment. We have Sarah Palin's Paul Revere gaffe, and then incredible follow-up, which really was even more of a gaffe, underreported. She thinks it was an explanation, but really it was just a secondary gaffe, I think. In my opinion, Lewis.
In your professional opinion?
Yeah. We'll also talk about there's an insane situation blowing up about this knife that Lewis brought on an airplane a couple of weeks ago. Or I'm sorry, he calls it a multi-tool. But there's a lot of fallout as a result, and we'll get to some of that. We'll talk about the war on drugs. I also want to mention, I don't have all of the details yet, but if you are going to be in Minneapolis for the Netroots Nation conference, I guess conference is the right word. If you're going to be in Minneapolis for Netroots Nation between the 16th and 19th of June, I don't have the exact date or location yet. We're leaning towards Thursday night. There's going to be a joint David Pakman Show, Best of the Left podcast meetup. And I think we're even going to be wrapping in a couple of other shows. And if you know what other, I don't want to, step ahead of what I should say, Lewis, but if you know the other shows we're associated with, there will be other programs involved in this meetup. Is that fair to say?
Sure, yeah.
Which I will announce as soon as everything's confirmed. So send me an email if you want, so then I'll just have a sense of that you'll be there or whatever. David@davidpakman.com. Should be a good time.
Yeah. Now, are you going to talk today about your facial hair?
We're not going to talk about that. No? A lot of questions about it, and it's a topic I'm avoiding.
Really? Well, see, Dave Pakman's a big Hugh Jackman fan, and he really likes the X-Men and the Wolverine movie. So I think he was trying to emulate that look, but whatever.
Lewis doing material for us. Thank you, Lewis. Are you done? Can I go on?
Big fan. Okay, yeah, let's move on.
Lewis all of a sudden wants to move on. Hey, you know what I've noticed, Lewis? Over the last couple of weeks, I've gone to a couple of different campaign events for candidates. We're starting to get into election time. And I make very clear when I go to any of these events that I am not going to donate any money. I may be interviewing the candidates or the opponents of these candidates, and it wouldn't be proper for me to be donating. Mm-hmm. But if organizers want me to go and listen to what the candidate has to say, I will go and listen. And I've noticed, I don't want to name any names, but at some of these events, there's this trend that I see, which is that basically most of these campaign speeches that these candidates give are incredibly boring, and it's all very monotonous. It's all the same stuff. If it's someone running for re-election, then there's just, they all say the same thing. If there's someone running to unseat an incumbent, they basically say the same thing. It's time for change, and your leaders have failed you, etc. And I find it all so boring. But if you look around the room, there's usually a handful of people who are associated with the campaign. And I don't think that this is explicitly discussed among them, but they all put this look on their face, like what they're hearing is just the most fascinating thing in the world. Wow. And as I looked around, there was one event where, this obviously won't, you can describe my look to the radio audience, but as I look around, well, this guy is speaking in this incredibly boring monotone voice about nothing. I mean, he's saying nothing. After the hour speech, I couldn't tell you one thing the guy said. I look around and his volunteers are like this. I mean, literally.
Wide-eyed.
Wide-eyed.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, as if they're just, it's incredible what they're hearing from this guy. They just can't believe it. And it's just such
like they just heard Obama drop the F-bomb or something.
Yeah, as if they just heard, Joe Biden say that something's a big effing deal or something like that. I mean, these people look like they're riveted, literally, by what is being said. It's all such a charade, honestly.
You know what this reminds me of? Perhaps people need to take a note from, what's the guy's name that we've been playing the videos of and laughing hysterically at?
I don't know.
Come on, the guy who gives the speech where he says he has a master's degree in like 10 different things.
Oh, Phil Davison. That's right. Yeah. Oh, of course. I love Phil Davison. I mean, that guy, I have some of his clips here. The guy is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I have been a Republican in times good, and I have been a Republican in times bad. Drastic times require what? Drastic measures, yes! Who said that? I have a bachelor's degree in sociology, a bachelor's degree in history, a master's degree in public administration, and a master's degree in communication.
Yeah, so believe me, there's nothing like that going on at these events. But still, the volunteers, just fascinated. It's fascinating. Honestly,
you gotta support your person.
I wish I was that easily entertained, if I could believe it was real.